So I'm Nola McDermott, and I'm going to be sharing some of my passion about a few of the products this evening. And my journey with Neolife started about 5 decades ago when I was introduced to amazing products that would have a profound effect on my well-being and that of my family's well-being. Well, I was young, I was very well, and I'm not young, but I'm still very, very well. And this has spanned 4 generations. So, of course, the first customer I got was my mother, and then onto other family members, and later years onto my babies, and now my grandchildren. What an amazing journey it has been. It's been fantastic. And on this call, you will hear from other people and a second generation mom who's on the journey with us. I think life is all about decisions and choices. So let's make them wisely as we possibly can, with the knowledge we can pick up on the way. So let's have a little look about the company and the products, and then we're going to just talk about the benefits of the products and how you can benefit. But basically, why do we need nutrition? Modern lifestyles drain cellular energy faster than it's replenished. And our mitochondria, which is the factories, our energy factories inside our cells, struggle to provide adequate energy. And this leads to systemic dysfunction and setting the stage for chronic diseases and chronic illnesses. You might say, well, what are chronic illnesses? Heart disease, strokes, cancer, diabetes, respiratory diseases, the list goes on. And they are all diseases that can be prevented through diet. They're not contagious diseases. And that's what we've got to try and control ourselves. So if we look at our ultra-processed foods, especially those high in vegetable oils and processed sugars, they disrupt these mitochondrial energy factories. They disrupt their function, and while lacking essential nutrients for the cellular health. And so also, if we look at environmental toxins, including endocrine disruptors, largely from toxic cleaning products that we have nicely tucked away in our homes and used every day on everything. And that's why we have a range of non-toxic cleaners, so that they don't disrupt our endocrine system. But then there are also the heavy metals that we have no control over in our environment. Our electromagnetic fields, with all the gadgets we have, which are very useful, and we've just got to try and help our mitochondria, our energy factories, our cells stay healthy with this overwhelm of toxins. And we just got to be very, very aware of it. And the beautiful thing is that we're going to give some solutions. And the question I ask you is, are you really getting enough nutrition from your grain foods, from your fruits and vegetables, and all the food that you're eating? Are you aware of its nutritional value? I mean, we just hope it's got value in. But really and truly, the answer is no. Refining of grains, which has been happening for many, many, many decades, strips the good oils out of our soil, and it takes the good oils out of our grains, and our soil quality is poor for many reasons, one being chemical fertilizers that strip the soil of nutrients, especially our minerals. So we are often very mineral deficient. A lot of disease can be, or discomfort, put down to minerals. And then cold storage of artificial ripening of our fruits and harmful chemical sprays all have huge detrimental effect on our body. So basically, let's see how we can all be overcomers with this. And so we will look at our supplements. And so I want you to understand that the supplements can't help, or they can help, but they can't reverse years and years of poor lifestyle habits overnight. It takes a while for the body to fix itself, and we've got to be patient with that. Um, so, for us to address the modern health crisis of chronic disease, a shift is needed in personal health choices and understanding of what is really required for health. Let's look at the Neolife difference. Neolife is based in nature and backed by science. It's based in nature and backed by science. We have a lot of scientists from various disciplines and doctors working on our products continually. How our products can address issues we have, or help us address issues that we don't want to have, that's what we're going to look at tonight. And all our products are created by, as I said, doctors and scientists. They're whole food based, they're not synthetic. So our body recognizes these supplements as food, and that's important. They're fully traceable, the raw ingredients are fully traceable from their source right through to where they go into the products. They're clinically studied. All studies are done on humans, and we have the results that are published. Pharmaceutical license for manufacturing is what we use, although it's not required. And so the company has done everything they can do to give us the absolute purest, very best things our body can identify. So right now, I'm going to start with the core nutrition. We've got over 90 products in the range. I'm going to just start with the core products, with the basic nutrients that we all need, and we'll hear some testimonies along the way. Right, so let's go. The first one is our Tre-en-en. Let me find it. Oh, here it is. This is a Tre-en-en, okay? And it's 3-in-1 oils, and it's our feel-good product. It's consisting of all the grain oils that I mentioned have been stripped from our grain food. The lipids and the sterols have all been stripped from our grain foods, and so with this product, you're going to be more energized, and your days of waking up tired will be over. Less hormone imbalance and mood swings, which a lot of people need. If you've reached the stage of hot flushes, they will be under control. It's a general feeling of well-being. It's faster recovery for sports enthusiasts, and it's cell health. It's your cell. We're made up of trillions of cells. So our cell health is very, very important, because these grain oils, these lipids and sterols, that's the family of oils, they keep the cell soft and pliable and able to use the nutrients that we are eating, swallowing. It goes through the cell wall, and scientifically it's proven that the cell's uptake of nutrients doubles with this product called Tre-en-en. Your cells have more oxygen, and the cells can detox waste when they are functioning well. So inside our cell are our energy factories that I was talking about earlier, the mitochondria, and they work better as well with the Tre-en-en. So now what I want to just do is show you this quickly. This, I don't know if you can see it here. Let me take the product away. Can you see that picture? I think you can. Here the cells are. This is your unhealthy cell, and this is your healthy cell. And if I bring it closer, you can see how the nutrients are going in and the waste is coming out. With the unhealthy cell, the waste builds up in that cell. So that cell is not functioning properly. And then if I move it along here, there is some results of your growth and development in children, and then also your nutrient utilization. This is the nutrient uptake when people are Tre-en-en, and this is the nutrient uptake from the same plate of food with people who are not on Tre-en-en. So that sort of just gives you a little picture of what I'm explaining to you. And then the next product, which is a great product, is a product that contains the in fact, I don't want to move on until we've heard a testimony. Is Tandeka on this call yet or now? I'm not sure. Let's see. Is Tandeka on the call? And she's got such a lovely testimony. She's brand new in the business, and I really, really wanted to tell you. Nobody's. Are you here, Tandeka? No, Tandeka's not here. Oh, maybe she'll come in later. But anyway, she sent me her testimony, and it's just fabulous. It just makes my heart sing when people have such a profound benefit from one product. She hasn't even used any others yet. Anyway, I don't see her, and I don't hear that she's here, so it doesn't matter. We'll carry on with the Formula 4. We're going to hear a little testimony on the Formula 4. There are 2 Formula 4s. We have, let me just move this. I just want to move something on my screen. There we are. We have this product here called Formula 4. We have a Formula 4 product in capsules, and you take 2 of those a day. And it's a multivitamin and mineral, and it's in a base of Tre-en-en. Or you have another product which is a big box called Formula 4 Plus, and that Formula 4 Plus has a little sachet, and in that sachet you've got your Tre-en-en there, and you have your multi-mineral there. And so that's what I'm going to talk about, is these 2 products. And let's have a look at this. It's a multi-mineral and a multivitamin and mineral with Tre-en-en. So that's what makes it so very, very special and different from all the others. So let's see about the benefits. Every benefit that I spoke about with Tre-en-en, you have with the Formula 4. But because there are added vitamins and minerals, in actual fact, 27 more vitamins and minerals than just the 3 grain oils. So we've got 30 different food factors in those 2 tablets, which is wonderful, a wonderful breakdown. So you've got a complete B complex, which really helps with energy, again, linked to the Tre-en-en, and also mood swings. Very good for kids and brain development. You have in there lovely enzymes which help absorption. So basically, you've got yourself covered with a little bit of everything, and it's the most complete nutritional multivitamin and mineral that I've ever seen. So the Tre-en-en works in synergy with the vitamins and minerals and the other nutrients in the product, and it's been scientifically proven to support the efficient use of the nutrients. For instance, the Formula 4 with the Tre-en-en, obviously, but all our Formula 4s have Tre-en-en, improves your digestion, your absorption, and your synthesis and utilization of protein and carbohydrates. That's important. Those things get used by your body. So you're basically giving your body the ammunition to stay well or to get better if you're not well. So, for me, I found I had a huge improvement in my skin, apart from my energy. And it's a great multivitamin and mineral for pregnancy. And children can take it as soon as they can swallow pills. I've asked Lynn to unmute herself. Hopefully she's on the call still. And Lynn, are you there?
Hello, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, there we are. Lynn, I can't see you, but I can hear you. I don't know how I can see, but look, why don't you talk? Because somebody else has taken over half my screen. Joe, you haven't put your camera on, but I'd love you to. But anyway, you just talk. Do what you want to do, because oh, there you are. Lynn, you're going to tell us about your story on Formula 4, because I know you're crazy about this product.
Yeah, I started taking this product right when I joined Neolife, and that was in 1986 that I joined the business. And it was one of my first products that I actually started to use. Sorry, I don't know why the picture looks so bad, but anyway. um, so, and I have used it consistently for the last 40 years that I've been, well, it's nearly 40 years that I've been in the business. And I've just found it to be absolutely wonderful. You know, I love the Pro Vitality, obviously. It's really great, but I just find that my Formula 4 for me is an absolute must. You know, it's got all the vitamins, all the minerals and everything in it. And I used to do a lot of running, you know, especially when I first started with Neolife. I was doing a lot of running and training and gym and basically training for half marathons and marathons and then basically you know, ultimately, you know, ran comrades. I did comrades and completed 7 comrades. And you know, I just found that the Formula 4 was absolutely wonderful because it gave me the energy, the vitality, and I never got sick with it. I was always well and healthy and strong, and still to this day, I don't have any problems with my joints or, you know, any problems at all, you know, which is for me fantastic. And, you know, my parents used to, well, they took a Formula 4 as well. My mom passed away a few years ago. She was 94. And my dad is still alive. He's going to be 97 in August. And this has been a product that he's been taking as well all the time. So, you know, we just use it as our foundation. And obviously, I do add other things to it, but this is the main thing. And if I'm in a hurry, I just grab my Formula 4 and take it with me. And basically, if I'm going on holiday, I'll make sure that I've got my Formula 4, and then I'm happy because I know it literally covers everything and just gives me the, you know, super energy and vitality and, you know, just health as well, you know. So I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky, actually, that I got involved with Neolife. Very, very lucky because I think it's been absolutely great for me. So, and for my family. So that's my testimony. Thank you.
Oh, it's great. Lynn, thank you for doing that for us. And Lynn has also turned it into a business. She loved the product, turned it into a business, you know, like I did. And it's just exciting that we have the choice. Thanks, Lynn, for doing that for us.
Pleasure.
That is great. Okay, so we're going to move on to another product in our basic core range, and that's our omega-3 salmon oil plus. It's a fish oil, and let's just do that. There we are. Okay. So it's a fish oil, and it is a great, great product. Omega-3 oils. You'll notice we've spoken about the grain oil. Now we're talking about the fish oil. And the omega-3 is the amazing fish oil that stops inflammation. And our chronic disease is based in inflammation. So this is a great product just for protection. We call it a complete omega-3 because has all 8 components of omega-3, whereas it's the only one on the market that has all 8 components. Most have 3 or 4 at best. It's safe for everyone to take because it's pure, it's been cold pressed without chemicals being added, and it's been tested for over 200 contaminants, with the limit being 0 for any contaminant. And this is why we say it's so good. Now, what is it going to mean for you and me? It means that anyone can use it. It's from the start of life to the finish of life, and anywhere in between. That is what this is good for. So let's start. The start of life. It's an absolute essential nutrient for pregnant women. It's a brain nutrient. It gets the child's brain developed to its ultimate potential. It stops the mother from postpartum depression, and so it's a very important product in that sort of journey. In fact, talking about depression, your omega-3 with the Tre-en-en oils are very, very good for the brain and depression. So remember that, because there's a lot of depression that haunts people. Okay, so omega is good from start to finish of life, and also from head to the tip of your toes. So let's look at head. Headaches, migraines, brain. It's good for visual health. Your entire cardiovascular system and heart, it needs omega-3 for functioning. Your joints, healthy lungs, asthma products. Omega is a very important part of people suffering from asthma. Men's prostate, absolutely essential. Omega together with zinc and cruciferous for men's prostate health. Blood pressure, cholesterol, eye health. I think I mentioned that. So right from head to toe, omega is needed by men and women. If you have elevated cholesterol or elevated blood pressure, it's good for you. It helps with skin issues like psoriasis and eczema. It's a sports nutrition. It helps joints recover after hectic sports. Inflammation is reduced by 68% in just 2 months with our omega, scientifically tested. We never ever add omega-6 to it. I have to say that because some people specifically look for an omega-6. We get too much omega-6 in our diet and it becomes inflammatory. And that's where half our problem is, inflammation. And so I know Lynn, with all her running and her marathons that she used to do, I know she used to use omega-3 as well with her Formula 4 Plus. So I know she has a big story on that as well. Thanks, Lenny, for sharing. Okay. But I want to share a 2018 clinical trial on omega-3. And I think this is quite a revelation to a lot of people, a lot of us, because women with breast cancer should include fish oils in their daily diet. The omega-3 oils stop the cancer from spreading and from growing. They reduce the chances of getting the cancer in the first place. Now, even if that is half true, and it's a trial, a scientific trial, so it's fully true, but we need to take this product. Now, it's probably one of the biggest gaps in our diet, together with the Tre-en-en, because where are we getting these oils? If you're not eating oily fish, I live at the coast. We don't get oily fish. We have to buy it in, and you want fresh fish. So this is like an insurance. You see, we take insurance out on our televisions and our jewelry, etc., etc. We can replace all that. We cannot replace health. And so let's insure the right things. That's how Rory and I always look at it. So that's the omega story, which I'm very excited about. And I'm going to talk about one more product, and that is a product that looks at oxidation, okay? And I think this picture, I want to show you a picture because it can just maybe stick in your brain. The evil twins of aging and disease is oxidation and inflammation. Oxidation, I'm going to talk about now, it's when you rust. You actually rust. And inflammation is causing the base of all our chronic diseases. So just think about that. So your inflammation was helped with your omega oils. Your oxidation is going to be helped with your carotenoids. They're also oils from your reds and yellow and that vegetables. So oxidation it's an interesting thing because it basically is your greatest protector. Let's have a look. We'll start with the most important things. It's an anti-ager. Okay, we all don't want to age too quickly, and it's an anti-ager. It's probably the most powerful anti-ager you can have because it stops your oxidation by 44%, according to the USDA, who's tested this product. And that's one of the things they said. And that is when oxygen gets to fats, like cell membranes, where that's an oily thing, it destroys your cholesterol, your blood fats. If they oxidize, they get sticky. They stick to your arteries, etc. So oxidation is bad. Oxidation in your macula behind your eye will cause macular degeneration, and you don't see. And inflammation will also help that macular degeneration. So you've got your antioxidant and your anti-inflammatory looking after your eyes. Okay, it's really great for keeping skin healthy. It's very, very good for wet tissue. All your digestive system and your lungs, etc. It's a brilliant product for your wet tissues and your skin. It's also good for me. My story was when the first month I was on carotenoids, it came out, I had dark patches on my skin, and in 1 month those marks had gone, and the person who noticed them was my hairdresser. And she's, where are your dark patches? I hadn't noticed it that much. And so I don't say it eliminates all dark spots, but mine went with this. So whether they were hormonal dark spots or whatever, but they went. Okay. So being an antioxidant gives us better cancer protection and eye protection. So apart from slowing down our aging, it improves our immune function, clinically tested. A high immunity means less colds, less flu, and gives our body fighting power to keep us well. So let's boost our immune cell count towards the most protective level. There's, in this one bottle, there's 90 capsules, 115 kilos of fresh fruits and veggies. The carotenoid complex extracted from that, not just a plant squished, just the protective oils have been extracted from 115 kilos. That is how potent the product is. You know, I think there's some people who take more than a year to eat 115 kilos of red fruits and yellow fruits and vegetables, like strawberries and spinach and red peppers and that. You know, and here in 90 tablets, you've got that protection. It's huge, and it's just wonderful. So I'd like to hear from Antoinette. She's going to unmute herself now and tell us about her love for carotenoid, and maybe you can just fill us in on your Tre-en-en story as well, seeing Our Lady didn't get on the call. Are you there, Ant?
Yes, Nola, I am here. And Andeka is also on the call.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, well, why don't you tell us your carotenoid, and Tandeka, unmute yourself and let's hear from you. Okay, after Anthony.
Okay.
That's fabulous.
Okay,
Well done,
thank you.
guys.
Regarding carotenoids, as a child, I was the child with the vegetables in the lunchbox at school. So more vegetables than I ate in my life, you couldn't do. And I still had a very bad immunity. I was sick about 5 times a year. Sick when I joined Neolife and started taking carotenoids. And it was about 5 years after that when I sat in a meeting and somebody in the meeting, it wasn't a Neolife meeting, said, "Oh, ask Antoinette, she's never sick." And I realized something changed. Carotenoid complex works. I have a saying that your vitamin C and your zinc is very good, but it's not going to build one immune cell in your body. That is the work of the carotenoids. And for the last 20 years, I've most probably taken one a day, every day, long term. And the minute I need more, I step it up to 3. And I've never been sorry. The other benefits that will give to you. Tre-en-en together with carotenoids, yes, defies all age. Your skin just looks brighter. Everybody asks what you have done. It fights oxidation in such a way that you can literally see it. The other thing that carotenoids will do for you is it will help keep the cholesterol away because it stops oxidation also in the arteries. Eyes, I use carotenoids for my eyes daily. I also have a story where my dad was on a carotenoid every day. He had macular degeneration and he was going to buy something from the optician. And I said, "Dad, that's not going to help you the same as your carotenoids." It was 3 days later that he phoned me and said, "Have you got carotenoids for me?" He could, within 3 days, feel the difference to his eyes. So if you want something that works, try carotenoids because it really does. It will save a life. Thank you, Lola.
That's fantastic, Antoinette. Thank you. Antoinette has also used these products to build a big, sound, solid business. You know, it's just great to see what happens when you feel good. You know, you say it saves a life. I've just suddenly realized, Ant, that my life was saved with these products because I had taken carotenoid for probably, I don't know, probably nearly 10 years when it came onto the market. And in those 10 years, I had noticed a mole that was changing shape on my leg. And so after 10 years after starting carotenoids about that, I had it checked and it was a malignant melanoma, one of the fastest growing. And it was totally encapsulated. I had it cut out and nothing else. And I just think, well, from all accounts, it's probably the help of the carotenoids. So yes, it's exciting. You know, this is when you start taking it, when you're healthy. Thank you. That's fabulous. So now we're going to find the missing Tandeka. Tandeka, where are you? Come on
I'm
to the.
here.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that. I was caught up in another meeting.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you weren't on the call. All right. So where are we going to? Have you unmuted yourself?
Yes, I have. Should I also use the video on?
Yes, I'd love you to use the video. Can you?
Yeah, okay. Let me just try and see. There I am.
Oh, great. There you are. Wonderful. Tandeka, you're
Yes.
going to talk about the Tre-en-en. How long have you been part of the business?
I think this is the 6th week now.
6 weeks.
Yes, I joined it last month. I met Antoinette. I work for the public service, so I used to get very, very tired because we operate on a 20% capacity of staff, and the work can be very overwhelming. And the life as a mother, you know, and as a single woman, it can really be overwhelming. So when I started joining the business, I started taking Tre-en-en twice a day for the full 2 weeks. Oh my God, the energy levels just shot up. And because I had also deregistered the course that I was doing at the university because I was so lethargic and with high level of anxiety and stress levels. And after I noticed that the more I was tired, the more I was eating, and I was just getting more weight. And in 3 weeks, when I looked at myself, I felt a little bit lighter. I went to my scale. I found that I've lost like 3.8 Ks just by taking it. I'm not exercising. The energy levels are high. And I started, you know, going back to the projects which I have left. And then I started talking to my colleagues, especially those who have got children. We know that schools can really overload our children with a lot of work. So a friend of mine has a son that is doing LLB. And she was really very worried that the child is like overwhelmed and she's contemplating of dropping out. And I sold him the Tre-en-en, and she's very happy. She said she stays at home. She's committed to her studies. She is energetic. So even my own son. So we have sold out our first batch of 6 Tre-en-en. And most of my clients are school teachers who else also have got their children studying. So it is really has boosted my energy. I am enjoying my life really. You know, I used to look for something that is on my hand. Sometimes I will just look at due to stress level. I'm just going to leave my bedroom while I know exactly what I want in the kitchen. On halfway the passage, I don't remember what I'm looking for. So all of those things are back. You know, my memory is sharp. My son used to be very stressed because the moment I shout at him, she will know, oh, mommy has lost something, or I don't know what I'm looking for anymore. And I was really getting worried about my memory. So thank you so much. This product is so amazing. It has really given me my dignity back and my energy back. Thank you.
Hey, wonderful. 6 weeks in the business and one product. My goodness, that is a fabulous story. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay. So now we're going to hear from another incredibly successful lady. She's a second generation Neolifer. Her husband and her have built a lovely business, and they're continuing to build this lovely business. And basically, we're very happy to have Samka Mkwena with us. Samka, I know you there. There you are. Hi, Samka. Samka is going to actually, because she's a young mom, she's going to take the children's core nutrition. I mean, it's exactly what we've spoken about, but she's going to talk about the children's range. And explain how she's used it and what she used during her pregnancy. And we're all looking so forward to hearing from you, Samka. So thank you. Over to you.
Hey, good evening, Nola. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Nola, for this meeting. And thank you so much from the guys who have just given us the testimonies. Wow, what a lovely testimonies. I'm in awe to hear the one from Tandega at 6 weeks. Thank you so much for sharing your story. My story started back in 20 years ago when I was a student. I also used the product when my husband, who was then my boyfriend at that time, I had said to him, I'm not feeling well. I was bloated. I was tired. You know, it's just not feeling okay. And then he said he's going to give me a Formula 4 Plus and aloe vera plus. And I didn't share with him that I am a sickly child. I've been a sickly child for as long as I can remember. I was in and out of hospitals. So I started using this formula for an aloe vera plus. And then as much as I hated to take pills, because at first I thought it was pills. And I said to him, I can't pop pills. I can't really, it just becomes difficult. But then when he explained to me that this is more than just a pill. In fact, it's not a pill. It's something that is going to help you to bridge the gap between the food that you eat and the food that you're supposed to eat. Obviously, when you're not eating right, you're not getting all the necessary nutrients, as Nola was explaining, the body suffers. So I took it with the hope that it will help me, knowing that I got it from someone who loves me. When I was taking it within a week, I realized that I was no longer bloated. I realized that my energy levels were up. I continued taking it. And when I joined the business, I continued also taking it and also introducing other products like carotenoid complex and omega-3. And my mother was the first person to notice that it's been about 6 months and I haven't complained about anything. And she said to me, my daughter, ever since you started using these products, I haven't heard you complain of any sickness. Could it be these products? Then that's when I realized, oh man, this thing is really working. Besides just giving me my energy back and that bloatedness having gone away. So I believed in the product so much that even when I was pregnant, every time I'm pregnant, I made sure that I take products. The product that I was taking, I'll say the Pro Vitality, but I'll take it in, I'll make sure that omega-3, out of omega-3, I'll take 3 a day, not just one that comes from the pack of Pro Vitality. I'll take omega-3, I'll take carotenoid complex, a multivitamin, and also I will add the Calmec to make sure that my bones are strong. And I also know that if I'm taking it, obviously the child as well is also receiving all the good nutrients that I'm receiving from the product. I found that my pregnancies were so smooth. I didn't have any challenges. In fact, I was on my high heels. I remember with my first pregnancy, I was on my high heels until I was 8 months, till my mother-in-law said, no, my baby, you can't be on high heels with such a big tummy. It's not safe for you. So that's when I decided, you know what, I need to go low. And then I stopped wearing high heels. But that was the sign that I was healthy. And remember, being someone who used to be sickly and being able to carry a child up to 8 months wearing high heels, that is a sign of showing that these products are quite good. They do wonders. Well, when my children are born now, I'm a mother of 3. All my 3 children, they are on the children's nutrition. I make sure of that. When they are born, yes, I'll breastfeed, but at times I'll make, if I'm not, I'm sorry, not that when I'm not breastfeeding, when they started eating, I'll make sure that I'll squeeze the omega-3 onto their tongue, or even at times I'll put it in their food to make sure that they receive it, because now I understand what they receive out of this omega-3, especially for the brain development. I'll also make sure that I give a bit of Liquivite, because I couldn't give them Vita Squares or VitaGuard. So I'll take the Liquivite and just maybe just a quarter of a teaspoon and put it into the tongue of my children, because I understood that I'm bridging the gap of the food that we get from the market and the food that we're supposed to eat. Our bodies needs the necessary nutrients so that they can function well. So if I'm not giving the Liquivite, I'll take the Vita Squares, the VitaGuard, the Vita Squares and VitaGuard. I started introducing to them when they were able to chew. So as soon as they've got their teeth and I know they can chew, I introduce that, and they love the Vita Squares and VitaGuard. Even my 3-year-old right now, she loves the Vita Squares and VitaGuard and omega-3. It's amazing that children don't have a problem of squeezing or of chewing the omega-3. Even the smell of fish is not a problem to children like it is to us as adults. So my 3-year-olds, they chew their omega-3, they love it, it is good. Over the years, I've noticed as well that, okay, the last product that I didn't add is the Neolife shake. What I do with the Neolife shake, I put it in their porridge. A teaspoon a day, has been enough for me. I didn't have to make the Neolife shake into a shake or mix it with water or mix it with milk. Just a teaspoon, put it in their porridge, and then they eat, which was also very good for children as much as it is good for us as adults. It is safe for all ages. So the story that I would like to share about my children is that they come from a family who have challenges of allergies. I also started to notice the eczema when they were young, and then I remember that they come from the family which suffers from allergies. Back then, we used to have a product which was called acidophilus, and I just used that acidophilus. But now that we no longer have acidophilus, I still believe a lot into there's a product called garlic allium complex. I make sure that they take that product, which is also very good for allergies. So my eldest daughter, who's now in high school, when she was in primary school, she received an unusual award when in grade 7, amongst other awards that she got. But this one specifically, I'm talking about it because it is an unusual award that was given to her because she had never missed a day of school. I don't know how many parents would love their children not to miss the day of school. Since she started from grade 1 right up to grade 7, not even COVID will disturb her. During the time of COVID, when the kids were supposed to go to school, she would go to school because she was not sick. She was never having any challenges of her not being able to go to school. So having said that, I would like to those people who are doubting the product, who have been skeptical, I want to assure you that our products are good. If my child can be able to not miss a day of school, like Antoinette was also sharing her story where someone noticed that Antoinette, she's never sick. These products are a gold. So mothers who are here, please make sure you give your children these powerful products. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nola.
Thank you, Samka. That was a great, great children's talk. Thank you for enlightening us oldies without small children. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank you, Samka. I want to thank Thandeka for coming on the call after 6 weeks in the business. Well done, Thandeka. Lynn, having her favorite multivitamin and mineral for nearly 40 years. It's great to hear. And Antoinette, with your immunity and your story, and you just are such a wonderful add-on to our businesses and our group and our chats. Thank you for that. So, we've come to the end of our time. In fact, we're over time, for which I apologize, but I've enjoyed being with you and listening to stories. I want us to let's continue sharing the story of staying healthy with others. Let's start with ourselves. Let's start with our loved ones. So you can live a life you dream of. Live to your full potential. Live to your fullest potential and feel good about it. Because of these products, I turned a healthy lifestyle into a career. Way beyond my expectation. Rory and I have just, we marvel over what has happened, the people we've met, the places we've gone to. So I just encourage everyone here, no matter what your dreams are, just live your life to the fullest in full health. So I want to thank you all for being with us. Contact your upline. Let's get you going on the products. If you are looking for a business opportunity, let's investigate that as well. And I just think you are just wonderful. I just am so privileged to be part of this team. And God bless you all. Thank you so much.